Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here. I wanted to make a video just kind of about what it is that we are going to be doing, I guess, for this detox. So if you've seen me before, hi. If you haven't, I'm Tori. I'm the one who started this challenge. I'm going to be doing this with you. This is obviously not quite day one, but I do want to get on here and just give a little bit of facts, a little bit of like what it is that I have been learning. Hold on, the sun is right in my face, so give me a second. Readjust. Okay, sorry about that. And if you can hear something, my neighbor's dog is barking and my dog is freaking out, so sorry about that. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is basically in this video I'm gonna talk about this book that I've been reading by what is her, I don't know her first name, Eve Schaub. It's called Year of No Sugar. This book didn't really inspire me necessarily to do this. I've been thinking about it for a while, and then I found this book when I was at the library. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about what this book has said as far as science, because I don't know that much science. So then basically we'll be doing it. We're going to start February 1st, and I will be probably making videos, I think, every day. Probably at the end of the day I'll upload it the next morning, just as a way of talking about my experience on that day and how I'm feeling about sugar. I am a super sugar addict. Anyone who knows me, the love for Dr. Pepper is real. So, last night was junk food night. I've been eating really healthy, and then last night was junk food night, so my husband brought home pizza and chips and dip, 2 different kinds of chips and 2 different kinds of dip, and a chocolate bar and ice cream and all of the sugary things that I shouldn't be eating. So, for this 30 days, I'm not going to change anything about the way that I eat other than having no sugar. So I do try and watch my protein. I do try and eat a little bit cleaner, but I do also like snacks. So let's move into this. Let me find it. She's got in this book, some science, all of the things that sugar does for you. Basically, your body does not need fructose. So when it's in fruit contains the other things, science words, that your body needs as far as hold on. So basically fruit has the other sciencey things that you need to process fructose, and it's got it in very small doses. So your body doesn't know what to do with that. So that's why it becomes fat, essentially. And it causes a lot of other problems. Here's what she says. Also, I obviously have no rights to this information. I'm not Eve Schaub, I'm Tori. So it says, all sugar contains fructose. So anything that you eat that has sugar in it does contain fructose. Now glucose is good. Glucose is referred to by this book as the energy of life, but fructose does not satisfy hunger, so it ends up being that you eat more food than your body needs. So what I'm learning from this book is that a lot of companies actually add sugar with lots of sneaky names to anything that they make, because they want you to want more so that you'll buy more, so they make more money. Fructose may not be used by any of the cells in our body except the liver, something that I kind of already had talked about. The effects of fructose, it says, Lustig compares the effects of fructose to those of a toxin we know and love, ethanol. So essentially, fructose, sugar, does the same damage to your body as alcohol, but much slower and without dogs. And without the shut-off. You know, you get really drunk, you throw up, or you pass out. Like, that's the shut-off. With sugar, there's no shut-off, especially because we are so accustomed to it. I mean, You give your 1-year-old apple juice, or younger, right, apple juice. And apple juice is clear full of fructose, especially the store-bought kind. They add a lot of extra sugar to that, so your body becomes very used to it. It doesn't have a shut-off. In processing fructose, the liver produces bad things, uric acid and fatty acids. So too much uric acid causes gout and hypertension. I'm not going to get into what all of that is because I'm not really sure, but you can Google it. Too many fatty acids will cause non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So liver disease, cool. Cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes from fructose, too much of it. The clustering of 2 or more of the 4 conditions above, what I just said, is called metabolic syndrome. So it was virtually unheard of a few decades ago, and now today 1 in 5 Americans suffers from that. That's because the food companies are putting it in literally everything we eat. Okay, additionally, circulating fatty acids have been proven to speed the growth of cancer cells. So cancer. Consumption of fructose has risen by 341% in the last century and continues to climb. This number actually is kind of what made me decide that, like, right now, I need to stop having sugar. So it says in the beginning of the 1900s, we consumed, I'm going to paraphrase, an average of 16 pounds of sugar per person a year. Today, we consume 140 pounds of sugar a year. That's just sugar. I guess 70.5 pounds of fructose per person per year. That's an increase of, again, 341% in a year, or 100 years. So that's why when you see that your grandma, mom even, a lot of them were a lot smaller than us at our age. I know my mom was, still is, and that's because of the added sugar. So you would be amazed at all of the things that is in sugar. Let's take a trip to my kitchen and I'll show you the things that have sugar. I said that's in sugar, but the things they put sugar in. For instance, let's see. My kitchen is a mess, so I'm not going to show it to you, but I am going to find all of the things that they add sugar to, so hold on. Okay, so as we know, well, I used to not know this, so maybe not everybody knows this. Maybe everybody does know this, and I was just stupid. So the ingredients list on any food item starts with what is the highest amount to the smallest amount, right? So the very first ingredient, for instance, someone told me dog food. The very first ingredient on there should be protein. If it's anything other than protein, chicken, salmon, whatever, then it's probably not good for your dog because you obviously want them to have the most amount of meat and not artificial products, right? So back to sugar. This here is just a peanut butter. My mother-in-law got it for my children. It says packed with protein. It's Hampton Farms. Okay, you think peanut butter, I used to just think peanut butter is peanut butter, but no. So the very first ingredient is peanuts, obviously. The second ingredient, sugar, right? This says it has 4 grams of added sugars in 2 tablespoons. So some of them do say added sugars, right? The amount of added sugars. And that's good. That's a good thing to look for. I'm also going to post in the group a couple of little cheat sheets that I found that have all the different names of sugar. So, because there's a lot of different names for sugar. It's amazing because they're trying to hide it from us. So, all natural turkey sausage, right? It's breakfast sausage. I make it for my kids, for my family. The ingredients: turkey, salt, spices, sugar. Now, there's really only 5. It's then rosemary extract. So sugar is the second to last, but if you look on here, it's blurry. Let's trying to fix it. Maybe I'll just take a picture and I'll upload it. But it says total carbs 0, dietary fiber 0, sugars 0. The requirement is if it has less than a gram of sugar added per serving, they don't have to tell you about it in the nutritional facts. Now, as far as the ingredients, they do. So even though it says 0 sugar, there is sugar. Moving on, this is apple juice, which smells really good. You know, the kind you give to your kids. This is Mott's. This has total sugars 28 grams, but it includes 0 grams of added sugar. Now, the second ingredient on here, the first is water. The second ingredient on here is apple juice concentrate. That means they took all the good stuff out of the apple and they kept the sweet sugar and put it in here. So yeah, it's natural, there's no added sugar in here, but it's still fructose and it's still gonna cause all of those other problems that we've seen. This is my vegan PB Fit Chocolate Plus. I really thought this was just PB Fit powder. When I saw that it was vegan, I have not been eating dairy. I'm slowly reincorporating it into my diet, but I did cut out dairy recently, so I wanted to make sure everything I had as far as protein was vegan, not whey. So I found this and I thought it was peanut butter. It's not. Anyways, this has 4 grams of added sugars. The ingredients is organic pea protein, organic peanut flour, organic erythritol, organic coconut palm sugar. So, I don't think so. I haven't seen it, but someone did tell me that erythritol is another name for sugar. I'm gonna look into that a little bit deeper and actually post it for you guys, but that's just a little bit about sugar, why we want to cut out added sugar, and the science behind it and kind of how I started. So now what I'm gonna do, like I said, is gonna do videos every day during this 30 days. Now, if every day is too frequent, I may cut it down every other day, but still post in the group about how my day is going. I encourage everyone else to post how your day is going. You know, maybe I don't have headaches, but you do. And someone else is really struggling with headaches and they feel really alone. Definitely put that in this group so that we can all join together and support each other, because I know it's going to be really hard for me personally. My husband, my kids, they like sugar. They like ice cream. They like chocolate. But I have already started to look at labels, of course, and say, hey, we shouldn't be having these things, right? So my spaghetti sauce that I purchased is no added sugar. I've been trying to cook more, buying more fruits and veggies so that I'm kind of slowly getting off it, minus my little junk food night last night and this morning. So really excited to see how this goes. I'm also going to take before and after pictures, and when I go grocery shopping, let's see, let me look at the calendar here. February 1st is on a Friday. Today is a Friday, so that's in 1 week. So Thursday night, the 31st, I am going to go to the grocery store and, oh, can't see my face. I'm gonna run to the grocery store and then we'll also post a video of that, of the grocery shopping and all of the things that I get for the week for myself. So if anyone else wants to put their shopping list or tips and tricks that they find while they're doing it, of course, do it. I encourage it. It's going to help me. It's going to help everyone else in the group. So I guess that's all. Thank you, and see you on the 1st, I guess. No, the 31st. I'll talk to you on the 31st when I go grocery shopping. Bye.